Ridiculous Crime is a production of iHeartRadio.
Hey, Zaron.
What's up, Elizabeth Dutton?
Nothing much. How are you?
Pretty well. How about you, girl?
Well, I'm pretty good, but listen,
Yeah.
You know what's ridiculous?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I've been waiting to see you. Okay. You know the movie Saturday Night Fever?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the disco movie where John Travolta says, "Why you gotta touch my hair? I spent a lot of time on my hair." Right? That movie? Okay.
That's a very good Travolta, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
But like with a little sprinkle of Jay-Z over the
Yeah, that's how I get my New
like
York
that.
right. That's
I
how
like it.
You know. So that movie was based on a New York Magazine article by a British rock journalist named Nick Cohn, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, his article becomes the movie Saturday Night Fever. The one problem was he made it all up. The article, he went out
kidding.
to do research for the article. He goes out in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. He spends a night at a disco called 2001 Odyssey. But when I say a night, I mean he walked up to it. He gets there. There's a fight outside. One of the dudes gets hit, vomits on his pants. He's like, "Oh, to hell with this," goes back to Manhattan. But before he leaves, he spots one guy standing outside the club, imagines a whole story for him, and then decides, that guy reminds me of this street kid I knew back in that North Irish city of Derry. And then he also throws in this other cat he knew from England. And I quote, "My story was a fraud. I'd only recently arrived in New York. Far from being steeped in Brooklyn street life, I hardly knew the place. As for Vincent, my story's hero, he was largely inspired by a Shepherd's Bush British mod whom I had known in the 60s, a one-time king of Gold Hawk Road." So Saturday Night Fever is really about the one-time king of Gold Hawk Road in 1960s England.
Wow.
Yeah, the disco and cocaine added later.
I knew it was based on that, but no one knew that everything was fake?
He told that like in 2001 or 2000 something in an interview, like, "Oh yeah, by the way, that story I wrote, total fraud, made it all up." Like for like the 25th or 30th or whatever it was, I guess, no, it would be like, yeah, 25th anniversary.
What a wimp that he didn't he just like...
He let it go for 25 years.
But he didn't power through and go into the club.
A little puke on his pants. He's like, "I'm out."
I mean, even if it was all over the front, just go in the club.
Yeah.
Clear yourself some space.
Now you got something to talk about.
Yeah. Wow.
I thought that
That's
was ridiculous.
Cool. That's ridiculous. You want to know what else is
Oh,
ridiculous?
girl, I'm here for it.
Committing theft in order to say you've gotten busy on the moon while never leaving Earth.
What?
I know it doesn't make any sense.
No, it does.
This is Ridiculous Crime, a podcast about absurd and outrageous capers, heists, and cons. It's always 99% murder-free and 100% ridiculous. Zaron.
Elizabeth.
I want to talk to you about space.
Ooh, my favorite place.
When you were a kid, did you ever want to be an astronaut?
100%. I was that kid who would sit there lying in bed going, "If space is expanding, what's it expanding into?" Like,
Right.
Yeah.
That's you. Did you ever want to be a criminal astronaut?
Girl, come on now. If I knew that was possible.
Well, let me tell you about a guy. He's a theoretical physicist
Ooh, my people.
who really wanted to be an astronaut, but his ardor for the calling triggered criminal impulses, and he lost his shot, sort of. So you're going to love him, I think.
Okay.
Kind of. His name is Thad Roberts,
All right.
and he was born in 1977 to Serious Mormons. The classification? Serious.
Mormons.
And that's Sirius SER, not like Sirius XM radio.
Yeah, not like some hysterical Mormons.
Right. They were hardcore Intuit Mormons in Clearfield, Utah.
All right.
So then 1996, he's 19 years old. He goes to the Missionary Training Center in Provo, Utah. Mm-hmm. So as you know, like Mormon youth go on these mission trips. Mm-hmm. This is where they learned everything they needed to know in order to go on those and spread the word.
So that's like where they learned how to tie the tie and ride the bike?
Where exactly does the name tag placement go on your short sleeve white shirt?
2 inches above the pocket.
God bless him. So there he is. He's like, sometimes they go for, they go for 2 years. Sometimes they go to a foreign country.
Oh, yeah. I've known a lot of Mormons. I grew up with a lot. They go all over the planet. I mean, some of them went down to South America, and they get lucky. Sometimes they just go to Cincinnati, and they're like, "Oh, everyone else went to Buenos Aires. What's up?"
So these guys, they go to this mission camp, and they learn all the techniques for door knocking. Mm-hmm. And then they also learn, service things to do in the community and languages if they need to.
Yeah, skills and stuff that they can pass on to the community.
And it's like a couple of weeks that they're there, and it's for a 2-year stint.
It's like the religious Peace Corps.
Totally, totally. So one night, all the trainees are hanging out, and there's this other guy there, and he's feeling really, really guilty. He's a secret Catholic. I didn't know that Mormons felt guilty like we did. So he's feeling really guilty. He'd done something terrible, and he had to tell someone about it. It was weighing too heavily on his soul. So the guy confesses. He'd had premarital sex with his girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not allowed sometimes.
All the time. And then all the other missionaries, they're listening intently to his story. And then one by one, they start to admit their own premarital dalliances.
Is this like I've done the jumping on the bed stuff and all those?
It was like an I am Spartacus moment, except they all are actually Spartacus. So by the end, it's like this super emotional, heavy night. At the end of it, every single one had confessed to not waiting until marriage.
Okay.
And Thad is one of them. He's a stand-up guy, right? Well, at the time. And so he thinks, like, I got to get ahead of this. And if I go to the mission president, he might be able to give me guidance, help me work to redeem myself. Like, I'm just going to come clean and ask for help.
So he still feels guilty, even though he's had all these other people come forward and say, I'm like you, man.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, it feels so good. And Thad is like, I got to...
That's not enough.
Yeah, I gotta go and, like, make this right.
I need some absolution of some kind. Whatever they consider absolution.
Right. So, no, that's not how that all went for him. He goes to the mission president. That guy was not interested in helping Thad find forgiveness or redemption. The president calls church elders together, and they decide that Thad isn't worth saving.
Whoa.
He's not worthy to serve God.
Wait a minute. Did he get kicked out of the church?
He's cast out.
Oh, my God.
So he gets kicked out of the program.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Well, he gets kicked out of the program, and they send him back home and have the parents deal with him. The parents excommunicate him, and they kick him out of the house. Yeah, they forced him to live in the basement for, I think it was like 2 months while he got his act together. They wouldn't talk to him.
Oh, poor dude.
He had to, like, be out of the house most of the day. Then he could come in and sleep and then leave. So he moves out.
Wow.
He marries his girlfriend, Katie.
Okay.
They make it official.
Thing,
he's like this
everyone
guy.
around him.
Totally. And so he's kind of adrift, obviously.
Naturally.
Young man, 19. He goes to a career center and he checks out all his options. And the career that jumped out at him that he felt was his calling, astronaut. So, space. Yeah. Zaron, I want to talk to you about space. You got to respect this guy for dreaming big, right?
Oh, completely, yeah.
He's not like, well, I could do, customer service or...
He's like, I'm good with tires. I'll get a job at Sears. But also, I like that he's like, I need to get off this planet.
Yeah, basically.
Part of him is like...
Well, so he enrolls at the University of Utah and he triple majored there.
Okay.
Anthropology, geology, and physics.
Wow.
Ambitious coursework.
Totally.
He goes above and beyond in rounding out his extracurriculars and all like supplemental life experiences.
He goes like full Eagle Scout on it.
Totally. He founded the Utah Astronomical Society at school. He created this like prestigious science club at the university's observatory.
That's super cool.
He volunteered on dinosaur digs with paleontology organizations.
They got a ton of those.
Right?
I know someone who's in that department at Utah.
Here's another thing you're going to love about him. He got his pilot's license.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
I know.
You know I want to get my pilot's license.
He became a certified scuba expert.
Damn. Little mini James Bond.
Oh, he learned Russian. He learned Japanese.
I have been working on my Duolingo Japanese. Right? I'm loving this guy.
And then he and his wife, they did a charity bike ride from Salt Lake City to San Francisco and raised almost $10,000 for cystic fibrosis research.
Wow, it's like one of those double cycle rides, but even more, like the 200-mile rides. But it's more miles than that.
Right. He, over like the, the mountains.
It's a 12-hour drive, and you have to go over the Rockies.
Yeah. He basically became the most interesting man in the world.
Seriously.
And if that isn't the perfect astronaut resume, I don't know what is. It's like the triple major and the languages. So the next step in his path to space was to apply to the Johnson Space Center Pathways program in Houston, Texas. Okay. It's basically internships for astronauts.
It's like a space cadet program.
Yeah, he's a real space cadet.
Sorry, it was right there.
Around 800 people apply every year for just 50 spots.
Oh, okay.
And he got a phone interview. Super excited about that. He was confused, though, because the interviewer didn't talk at all about his science work and focused primarily on the charity bike ride. And so
he's really amped on that.
Well, it makes sense
Total
when you think
cyclist.
about it, because like all the people interviewing would have absolutely stellar credentials, right?
Yes.
Like,
and they're all scientists. So.
They're all scientists. Like that's the baseline. You have to have that. So now it's, it's like what makes you more? What makes you extra?
What makes you novel and special?
I'm guessing they talked about the bike ride and they probably talked about space. This guy Bob Musgrove, he was at the program, like the director, and he was later quoted as saying, "The folks we pick are overachievers with indicators for success on their resume. They're well-rounded rather than nerds." Like, we don't take nerds, right? So, but they want, you have
it's a
to
little pot calling the kettle black, I'm betting.
Well, I mean, you think about it too. It's like they have to be physically fit. So they, you think about how are you doing that? You're not just like powerlifting, but like what kind of like dynamic.
Yeah, you want people who are both like fit mentally, fit physically. They're able to do all of the necessary requirements of space travel.
Well,
I mean, it's
for
hard
others.
on the body.
Yeah, so that
if there's an emergency, you want them to be able to carry the other astronaut or whatever across the space station.
If you do charity work, then you kind of are seeing things in a greater sense of like your place in things, and the work that they're doing is for a greater good.
Yeah, you're for the community. You're thinking not only of yourself, you're what we want of a hero.
Right. So obviously, Thad accepted.
Nice.
He's taken in the program.
It, Thad.
2001, he's 24 years old.
Okay.
His wife is financially supporting him. He goes to the Johnson Space Center and starts his astronaut ship. Whatever it's called. He felt a little out of place, right?
Okay.
Like, given his history, he didn't come from a life of resources. You could imagine that like a lot of the people there were given all these opportunities just from like how they grew up and what families they had. That it's really easy to go to a good school and,
to meet all the qualifications.
Triple major and have all these extra, if someone's footing the bill for it and you don't have to work on the side, that kind of stuff. So,
everything's easier with money.
Completely. So he's also kind of shy. Okay. And he decides when he gets there that he has to be bold. He has to be willing to break the rules to get what he wants.
He's just like a personality shift? He's just like, I'm going to be the ultra version of me.
Yeah, it just kind of like, it like clicks in him that even though he has this impulse to be really shy, he
wants his goal.
Yeah.
I like it.
So like one time he snuck into the space shuttle simulator when there was a shift change. So he was walking by and he sees they're changing the shift on it and he talks to the people leaving and they're like, well, I don't know if you're on the list. Hold on, there's another group coming. They can check you. He's like, okay. So he waits. And when the new group comes in,
he's already in the machine.
Yeah, no, he's like standing there like,
hit the run.
Are you next? Because they assumed he'd been vetted by the last. So he just like does it. Not everyone gets to do the simulator. It's a super big deal. Totally. But he did the whole act like, easily convince the people. He gets on there. So he goes back to the University of Utah for a semester, and he meets a fellow Mormon, Gordon McWhorter. Okay. Gordon had a tough time of things in his youth as well. His sister had died in a car accident. He'd already been divorced despite his young age. He also had a kid.
Okay.
He was estranged from his father.
Wow, tough.
And he had a criminal record thanks to stealing from his father post-estrangement and then trying to pawn the stuff he took.
Okay. Well,
so he's had a rough road.
Yeah.
So they're hanging out together. They're talking probably about space.
Hey, Gordo, what do you think about space?
Gordon liked to hang out on the roof of a building on campus and smoke weed and talk about aliens.
Now we're getting into
it's
it.
Like basic college stuff. So one day, Thad and Gordon, they're at the Utah Museum of Natural History, and they're walking around looking at stuff and talking about minerals and rocks, as you do.
Geology stuff.
And Gordon is really knowledgeable about minerals and rocks, it turns out. So Thad asked Gordon, like, hey, man, do you know how you could find someone who would want to buy a moon rock? Gordon is like, does Thad have a moon rock to sell? Not yet. But Gordon's interested.
He's just looking for a fence in case.
Yeah, he's like, this is interesting. See, here's the thing. Back at the NASA program, Thad had been in Building 31 North, and he saw a huge safe that was supposed to have lunar samples inside from every Apollo mission.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, like a bunch of them. And he'd heard scientists jokingly discuss how, if they could sell some of those rocks, they'd be able to get funding for the research they needed because their budgets were so tight.
Okay.
Thad also saw that the guy who opened the safe had been looking at something on a piece of paper taped to the top before he opened it. So he's like, maybe that's the combo? Had to be the combo.
Oh my God. People with their... Okay,
so he's got that in the back of his mind,
Why
right?
have the safe if you're just going to do the combo on a piece of paper that's taped to a thing?
Well, you'll find out. So that's in the back of his mind.
Okay.
Thad, he asked Gordon about selling some moon rock.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon is up. He's like, that sounds fun. Doesn't know about the plan, but it's just like, I wonder if you could find someone.
It's like, I can move some of that. It's better than bauxite.
Right. So Gordon posts on a mineral collecting website the following message.
Okay. So when you say mineral collecting website, this is like a forum for people who are like trading and swapping rocks?
Yeah,
okay.
It's just a bunch of collectors. So he posts a message on this website.
Anyone interested in a private bid on a moon rock, please email me back.
That's like the weirdest thing ever to click on. Like, what the hell? Like, so look at you stole the moon rocks, you went into witness protection, and now you're trying to pay.
That's what his email sounds like when you read it in your head.
Oh, okay. I thought he just left that on the forum, like, hit play. I don't have time to type.
No, that's what it sounds like when Gordon sends an email.
Anyone interested in a private bid on a moon rock, please email me back.
Do you have all your emails read to you like that?
Yeah.
They all sound like hostage videos?
Yes. Maybe.
You're like my sister with the talk to text. So I'm like, okay.
When it's all garbled.
Yeah, completely.
No, that's what I hear in my head every time I read an email. So he makes that email. He and Thad, they use a fake email address with the name Orb Robinson, which is a shout out to one of their favorite musicians, Roy Orbison.
Like, it's right there. How did you miss that,
Burnett?
Burnett?
What Orb Robinson sounds like.
That's amazing.
When Orb Robinson sends an email. Enter Axel Emmerman.
Oh, Axel. I'm liking already.
When we come back from this break, I'm going to tell you about Axel and what in the universe he has to do with moon rocks.
Nice.
All right, we're back. I don't think there were enough ads just then, quite frankly.
Never enough for me.
I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to the editor about that. I want to talk to you about space.
Nice. That's what I'm here for,
and
girl.
moon rocks.
That's why I'm wearing this shirt.
I want to talk to you about Axel Emmerman. Oh, you are wearing a planetary shirt.
I told you. I'm for real.
I know you are. A little space case.
And that's just coincidental. I didn't even know what you were going to be telling me about.
Well, see, there it is.
See, that's how real we
keep it. The universe unfolds as it should, Zaron.
You are here.
That's right. I want to talk to you about space. I want to talk to you about moon rocks. And I want to talk to you about Axel Emmerman.
Okay.
Who is he?
Who is Axel?
Do you know?
Axel E?
I'm confused.
No, I have no idea.
He's a Belgian...
I know Axel F.
Yeah, and Axl Rose.
Yeah,
but it's not
Rose.
spelled. Okay, so Axel Emmerman is a Belgian amateur astronomer and mineral collector.
Okay.
And he's in Antwerp. He sees the post.
Of course he is.
He sees the robot post asking for, like anyone down to pay for rocks. He emails Orb Robinson. And he's like, you know what? If you got a fair price and proof of authenticity, I might be a little bit interested there.
Yeah, you may have a buyer on the line.
Yeah. So Gordon starts corresponding with Axel, and then Thad takes over the negotiations. Thad goes back to Johnson Space Center to finish out his internship. He was still working out the details with Axel at this time. Another risk he took, a rule he broke, this time at the Johnson Space Center, he stepped out on old Katie.
Ooh,
yeah.
His wife.
Yeah.
Dude.
He met a fellow intern named Tiffany Fowler.
So wait, Ultra Thad is starting to go afoul of old school Thad.
Yes, Dark Thad has entered the chat. So he starts an affair with her. He's smitten, but he's also married.
Yeah.
Poor Katie. So Thad said that he and Katie had grown apart and that they had an open marriage.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Katie was
Did Katie know this?
She's like,
Is she aware of the openness?
No. There's an article in The Atlantic about this whole mess.
Okay.
Katie is quoted as saying, quote, Thad has put so much incorrect info out there, so he seems like a hero to others instead of the lying, manipulative person he really is.
Damn, Katie, what
Ouch.
you really think?
Woman scorned. Okay, so I'm going to chalk that up as not an open marriage.
I'm thinking they didn't have that combo.
Like both doors have to be open for that flow
works.
through. So there's that, just giddy and electric. Not just with the thrill of new love, but also the thrill of possibly setting up a buyer for moon rocks.
He's over the moon with all those new opportunities.
And he is like, I am for sure going to steal these now. Like, this is it. All signs point to steal.
First step to new Thad.
Criming. So he starts concocting a plan to lift the moon rocks from the safe. And he couldn't help but share the details with Tiffany, his new love. And then he also
Who's also in the program.
Also in the program.
Yeah, like...
And then he couldn't help but
she
share...
has something to lose with this information.
Yes.
He's jeopardizing her future. Okay, go on.
He couldn't help but share also with another intern.
Oh, my God.
Named Shay Sauer.
He hasn't done it. He's sharing that he's going to do it.
His plan.
This is the worst criminal behavior
He has
ever.
a PowerPoint.
Yes.
He's like, please let me just sit. And they're like, is this a timeshare thing? No. I just want to walk you through my intent and my plans. But they need Shay because they need an extra person. They can't just do it with two.
All right.
So
he needs like a lookout or something?
Well, because Thad, Tiffany, and Shay are all interns at Johnson Space Center. They all had official entry badges to get in and out and around.
To the building 31 or whatever it was.
Yeah. So Thad, Tiffany, Shay, which is like, it makes it sound like a 90s teen soap opera every time I read off these names. Zaron.
Yes.
Close your eyes.
Oh, girl. Yeah.
I want you to picture it.
Picture it.
It's July 13th, 2002. Hot in Here by Nelly is at the top of the charts. You're a scientist, baby. So to be precise, you're a physicist who works at, you're right, Johnson Space Center.
Oh.
You work at the Space Vehicle Mock-Up Facility. Mocking up space vehicles. I don't know what to do. It's located on 4th Street at the Johnson Space Center, which is right across the street from none other than Building 31, home of the safe full of space rocks. So you decide to take a break from your late night mock-ups and you head over to the cafeteria for some snacks. I don't know if the cafeteria is open this late. Let's say it is. So you walk out onto the empty sidewalk under a sky full of stars that you help explore.
Yes, look at those lovelies.
As you head towards the cafeteria building, you look up at the sky, you're marveling at how wonderful your life is, how exceptional your opportunities are, and how big they are in your sphere, but how small and insignificant they are in the grand scheme of this vast and ever-expanding universe.
I'm so philosophically deep.
When you get hungry, you get a little bit in your feelings.
Expansive.
Yeah.
The multitudes, they start coming out.
So there's really no one else out at this hour, and you're a little surprised to hear the roar of a Jeep engine approaching up 4th Street. And you see 3 people in this Jeep. They pull into the Building 31 parking lot and they hop out.
Okay.
It's like a Juicy Fruit commercial at this point. Thad, Tiffany, and Shay pull up in a Jeep. Okay, so they look around, but they don't see you across the street because you'd like stepped back into the shadows to observe them.
Yes.
Something isn't adding up. So
I am suspicious.
Completely. They hop out of the Jeep one by one. A woman and a man, they strip down and slip into neoprene bodysuits.
Now I am more than suspicious.
Yeah, you're suspicious but
I'm
a little
slightly
intrigued.
interested.
They strap on oxygen tanks.
Okay.
And then they lift a dolly out of the Jeep and they head into Building 31.
Kinky.
But like they seem so confident in what they're doing. It's like they're supposed to be there.
Yeah, they must be part of
They're acting like they know.
Must be a, I don't know, teen comedy shoot.
That's why you shrug it and you head off again into this balmy night and you figure it's one of those like weird astronaut exercises.
A mystery left to be unsolved.
Precisely. No matter, you're going to go find cookies and cranberry juice.
As one does. And that one is me.
Get back to work. So back at Building 31, Thad and Tiffany, they're getting to work. They had on their neoprene because the safe is kept in a climate-controlled room with a thermal alarm to detect temperature changes.
Wow.
Yeah. So they had the oxygen tanks because the moon rocks were kept in a vault with no oxygen in order to preserve them.
Yeah. They can be degraded, but yeah.
Yeah. So
I was wondering about this, what the conditions would be of how they get these things out and so forth.
They had...
So it's in a clean room in an oxygen-free environment.
Right. And Tiff and Thad, they had about 15 minutes of air each. So just enough to get in and out. Little tiny tanks, little bitties.
Okay. Like cocktail tanks.
Yeah, little sippers. So Thad walked up to the 600-pound safe.
Okay.
Lifted up the slip of paper on the safe that he'd seen the scientist check before opening it. It wasn't the combination. It was a code that the scientist had created to be able to remember the actual combination.
That's some stuff I would do.
Right.
I love it.
Right.
All my passwords are written out like that.
Yeah. So crap is what Thad thinks. But,
awesome.
he's a budding astronaut. This guy's really, really
He
on
likes
it.
puzzles. I bet he's smart.
He's a smart cookie.
Yeah.
He has a backup plan, the dolly.
They'll just lift the whole thing out.
Yeah, they wheel the dolly over to the safe.
We'll just take it.
600-pound safe. He and Tiffany struggle together. They get it onto the dolly and heave it out. They wheel it out to the Jeep. And then with Shay's help, they somehow hoisted it into the back of the Jeep.
Get out.
No, I will not.
Wow, they must have been shot putting, squatting, getting below.
They're they probably get up at 4 a.m. and run on the beach like an astronaut would do.
Though, that's an awkward way, and you're going to each have to do half of the dolly to get it up. I'm hoping one wasn't trying to pull it up. I'm hoping they were both trying to push it up.
I think that they had Shay deadlift it, pulling it up, not bending her knees.
Doing
and
everything
just
wrong.
Just
ruptured a disc.
And the other two just watched. As pop, 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 all the discs in her back ruptured one after another. So it was so heavy in the Jeep that the Jeep was listing to one side.
I bet it was riding on the tires.
They careen over to a motel and they wrestle the safe into a room.
Oh, no.
Then they
take it to a motel?
Yeah, treat it right. They got to work cutting the safe open with a power saw. So, imagine you're just a lonely traveler. You outside of Houston. You're just staying at a roadside motel and you just
trying
hear
to
this
get some sleep.
grinding.
The saw's all working next door. And then, crap, because it went dull again.
So they open it up. Inside the safe, 101 grams of space rocks.
So they got into the safe.
Yeah, they got into the safe.
Saw.
Right.
They didn't have to go a jackhammer or something.
No.
That's amazing.
They had a special space saw that
Maybe it wasn't
lifted.
that good of a safe.
Well, there's that too. So there's moon rocks in there. There's also Martian meteorites.
Oh, wow.
There's all sorts of cool stuff going on.
Martian meteorites.
The value of those 101 grams, $21 million.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. I had literally no idea what the number was going to be. That's way more than I thought. And
21 million. Also in the safe, 30 years of notes and handwritten research from NASA scientist Everett Gibson Jr. That's the scientist that Thad had seen accessing
his
the safe.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so it should be noted that Thad said that the notebooks weren't in the safe, just uncut space stuff.
Okay.
Tiffany and Shay said, the notebooks were in there, and Thad threw them away.
Thad.
I mean, you'd think
what
that
kind of scientist is going to disregard the work of another scientist like that?
If he's just super into space.
He's gone full Thad now.
He's achieved his greatest form. So he tosses the notes. He's like, screw this.
I'm only about the moon
He's like,
rocks.
my research. That's what's important. These guys don't know anything. So they gather up the moon rocks. They take them to Tiffany's apartment.
Okay.
And then they take the safe and they drive it out to 45 minutes outside of town to this small town, and they put it in a dumpster there.
Okay, well, why not?
Right. I mean, are there no bodies of water?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Children. So they cover their tracks on pretty much everything the whole way through. It's 2 days before the folks at Johnson Space Center realize the safe is gone, by the way.
Well, maybe he had his day off,
Well, they're doing a lot of other stuff. Yeah. And then there was zero evidence to go on. No video footage, no fingerprints. So they're just they have no idea.
Oh, interesting. They had no video.
And the trio, they go back to work at their internships for a week, acting like nothing happened.
Just blankly doing their thing.
Wait, you heard the safe was... That's wild.
What?
Meanwhile, Thad emailing Axel, the Belgian rock fanatic.
I got the rocks.
So, and they set up a meeting to make the sale.
He's going to fly over from Belgium?
Well, the prices quoted to Axel were in the neighborhood of about $5,000 a gram. So he's moving it on the cheap.
Seriously?
And he says, let's meet July 20th, 2002, which happened to be the 33rd anniversary of the first moonwalk.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, moonwalk.
Yeah, so Thad and Tiffany, they're going to meet up with Axel's brother and sister-in-law because Axel's like, it's a really long drive from Belgium. And so they're going to meet in Orlando.
He's like, I got fam in Orlando. Just meet them.
He has family.
Hit him up at the Epcot Center.
He has family in Pennsylvania. And they're going to drive down
to the Epcot Center?
Yeah, and they're all going to meet up.
Added the Epcot Center.
Totally. They're going to have a fun day together. They're going to meet in an Italian restaurant in Orlando. And on the 33rd anniversary of the first moonwalk. So Thad and Tiffany, they drive straight through from Houston to Orlando overnight.
I hear that's a thing. Diapers are often included.
And astronauts. When they arrive, they get a hotel room. And they had about an hour before the meeting. And Thad had an idea.
Okay.
He pulled back the comforter on the bed. Mm-hmm. And he sprinkled a few moon rocks and some lunar dust on the sheets. And then he pulled the coverlet back over the bed. Mm-hmm. And then the couple got onto the bed and proceeded to knock boots.
Wait, so they were wearing like cowboy boots and they just bumped them?
No. They got busy.
So they like brought briefcases to bed and they were like, hey, I've got my business papers. Do you have your business papers?
No, they smashed.
They smashed. Oh, like say Gallagher with a watermelon, one of those big sledgehammers.
R.I.P., but no.
No.
They wanted to be able to say they had sex on the moon.
No.
Zaron, it's getting hot in her.
Nelly would be so proud. So yeah, like on a bunch of moon gravel, they decided to like bump uglies?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they took two ugly children and hit them.
No, wait. Well, I hope he was like the one willing to lie on the moon rocks and didn't like put her on the moon rocks. He's like, look, this is kinky. You love this.
He didn't clarify it, but he said it was, quote, uncomfortable.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he also later, he was saying, well, maybe I exaggerated and I just sprinkled a little dust on the pillow.
Well, if he had any rocks, it'd be like having sex in a parking lot. So I hoped it was just dust.
Yeah, it sticks.
Yeah, exactly.
Leaves, dog poop.
All your favorite things.
And so, I don't know how nice of a hotel. What if it's a gross
already a
motel?
Motel bed.
God, turn a black light on? Forget it. So he says it's uncomfortable and hot in her. Then either way, they had what they thought was sex on the moon. But was really
that's
just
the biggest amount of semantics I've ever heard.
It was really just Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. We had sex in an Orlando motel room, but it was on the moon,
AKA
baby.
the moon. Do you remember Gordon?
Oh yeah, Gordo.
He goes down to Orlando. He meets up with him there. When Thad and Tiffany were done getting busy, done with intimate relations.
Put their briefcases away.
They teamed up with Gordon, headed to the Italian restaurant to meet up with Axel's brother and sister-in-law who'd driven from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
They're looking at a huge payday. Like huge. When we come back from this break, I'm going to walk you through the handoff.
Nice.
All right, Zaron, when we left off, Tiffany, Thad, Gordon, they're going...
Oh, yeah, no, Shay wasn't there.
No. They're going to Orlando to sell some moon rocks to a Belgian mineral collector named Axel Emmerman. They're looking at a big payday.
So like they want to get a giant candy bar in exchange?
Yes, they're going to trade moon rocks for a giant
Do
novelty.
Belgians have bigger chocolates? Is that what they do over
They
there?
have really good chocolate.
That's why he couldn't make the flight, right? He's like, I got to send family first. I'm still getting the chocolate together.
They're going to get a lot of money from this deal.
Oh, right.
So Axel, like I said, sister-in-law, his brother and sister-in-law are going.
I love how people bring their family into these crimes.
Right? Well, let me pause this part of the story really quickly and focus on Axel for a bit.
Oh.
He's a sincere lover of space and rocks and science and truth and justice.
Okay. In the Belgian way.
He's like, what you need to know about me, space, rocks, truth, justice. He saw the posting from Orb Robinson, that really cool email about the moon rocks for sale. He's intrigued. He would love to own a moon rock.
Does he have some boot knocking of his own in mind?
Oh, get out of here. So
I'm learning things here.
You think about the significance of it. Like if you owned a piece of the moon, not just where it's from, but like it was collected on an Apollo mission, the history and like all the cosmos in your hand.
If you're into collector's type vibes, that the rarity of that, the exclusivity, I'm sure that just puts you over the moon.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, wah.
Axel, though, he's no fool.
Okay.
He thought the whole thing sounded suspicious.
You think?
So he contacted the FBI.
What?
Like,
Axel?
like immediately, he contacts them. The FBI took over correspondence with the Orb email pretty early on. And they tracked the initial emails to the servers at University of Utah.
So Axel was just basically going out there as a freelance detective going, oh, this is Hinky. Let me go talk to them and act like, yes, I would like to buy Xerox. How much? I will send over my family and they will meet you in Orlando.
Well, no, they didn't even get to that part of it. Like, Axel
the FBI took over it from that point?
Yeah.
So
like
that's the
early.
FBI's plan.
That's all the FBI. And they checked with him, like, we're going to say. He's like, yeah, go nuts.
I got you.
Yeah.
Look at me over here, too slow.
So, truth and justice coming from Axel. So they traced the next batch of emails to the Johnson Space Center.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they're like, okay, maybe there is something to this deal. This is a little, and then the safe gets stolen.
Yeah, then the rocks are missing.
So they're like, oh
okay.
boy, howdy.
Now we got something to do.
Orlando Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Scenes from an Italian restaurant.
Hit the Billy Joel.
Thad, Tiffany, Gordon, they show up, they meet the buyers. Thad joked that, I hope you're not wearing a wire.
Everybody corny.
Yeah. As you can probably tell now, it's not Axel's actual brother and sister-in-law. They are FBI agents. And they were indeed wearing wires because that was played back in court.
I hope you guys aren't wearing wires.
Yeah, so they're Bubba busted.
Hit stop.
So they get arrested. The trio gets arrested. And the Moon Rocks.
Like at the restaurant? Like once they're coming out of the restaurant? Like, okay.
Perp walked them. And then the Moon Rocks that were back at the hotel get secured by the FBI.
They get cleaned, I hope?
Well, no, I mean, they just very gingerly. They all put white gloves on. Like they worked at Sephora and they picked them up. So Thad, Tiffany, and Gordon, plus Ol Shay back in Houston, they get charged with conspiracy to commit theft and interstate transportation of stolen property.
Okay.
And Thad, Tiffany, Shay, they all plead guilty.
Do they roll over on Gordo or does he get out of the loop?
Gordon is charged as part of the conspiracy, but he took his chances and went to trial and got convicted.
Yeah, that's not, Gordon.
He then jumped bail.
Gordon.
He went through serious mental health issues, really bad.
I was kind of worried about that.
Yeah, and then is eventually found wandering the desert in Utah and calling himself Job. I know. Yeah. Poor Gordo.
Poor Gordo. That's a tough road to hoe.
Yeah, so they picked him up. By the way, when they searched Thad's house, they stumbled across dinosaur fossils that had been stolen from the University of Utah's Natural History Museum.
He's really into pushing rocks.
Oh, yeah. He got the old fossil enhancement on his sentence. So October 29th, 2003, Thad is sentenced to more than 8 years in prison.
Okay.
Tiffany and Shay, they got 3 years probation and 6 months of house arrest.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. They also had to do 150 hours of community service.
Well,
They got lighter sentences because they weren't the masterminds.
No.
They didn't have anything on their records. They were good students.
Did they testify against him?
And they were probably bodacious babes.
Probably, their names alone suggest.
And so while they didn't do time, they do have felony criminal convictions, and that means they can never be astronauts. Yeah. Gordon, he got 5 years and 10 months at the medium security federal pen in Florence, Colorado.
So wait a minute, just to back this up, my man Thad Roberts started all of this effort learning Russian, Japanese, doing all the triple majors, essentially to have sex in a motel room in Orlando.
Yes.
He did all of that.
It all led up to that one.
That was his peak that he got.
That one shining moment.
He didn't get to the moon. He got to a motel room in Orlando on top of some moon rocks.
On top of the moon, yeah.
Okay, well, shoot your shot, bro.
So Gordon goes to FCI Florence in Colorado, and that's also where Thad was sent.
Okay.
But I don't know if they interacted while they were there. While they were in jail, Thad studied for degrees in physics, anthropology, and philosophy.
Oh.
He wrote an autobiographical screenplay. So not a book, but a screenplay, which is of course. He studied and researched and then taught quantum space theory.
Okay.
And he wrote a book, but not like a lot of our other criminals.
Oh, so he didn't do a book deal book.
Yeah,
he wrote
no.
an actual book with research.
There's a book about all of his escapades called Sex on the Moon. And it's little overwritten. It's not, he didn't write it.
Okay.
And, but yeah, this is not his story.
Some cosmic purple prose.
That's what Sex on the Moon is.
Yeah.
It's like, it takes some liberties, I think. Anyway, this was a 700-page thesis turned book entitled Einstein's Intuition, Visualizing an 11-Dimension Framework of Nature, an Introduction to Quantum Space Theory.
Wow.
Sounds like something you'd dig.
It sounds like something I'd read.
Yeah, we'll find it for you. Merry Christmas.
Please.
Thank you. Like, you do math and physics as a hobby, right?
It's my favorite thing to do.
I garden and do cryptograms and pretend to not watch TV. And then, like, you surf and solve mysteries of the universe.
Pretty much.
One of us is cool and smart and the other one's me.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So Thad, right? He wrote to Tiffany every single day for 3 years when he was in jail, but they never saw each other again.
Wow.
And I don't think she answered his letters, is the impression I got.
Oh,
Yeah.
that kind of writing.
Yeah. He wound up serving 6 of his 8 years before being released.
Mm-hmm.
And he's now kind of a leading authority on the large-scale structure of the universe.
Really?
So he's active in academia. He tutors physics students at the University of Utah.
Uh-huh.
He's working on a theory he developed while in prison regarding the concept of string theory.
Yeah, uh-huh. That's what I figured with 11 dimensions. I mean, there's got to be a string theory.
He still wants to be a university professor someday.
Huh.
He still wants to be an astronaut.
I wonder if I've read his stuff.
Maybe. He wants to be an astronaut, but like in the private sector. Because like NASA doesn't do jailbirds. So, you know, one of those like, I don't know, the Amazon
Elon Musk
rocket.
isn't as judgmental from what I understand.
Yeah, I think he'd fit right in. So he has a website, EinsteinIntuition.com.
All right, I'm going to check that.
And it's all about quantum space theory and his adventures, because he's still a thrill seeker.
Oh.
On his website, he's part of a group called Team Death Punch. And they go on skydives and spelunking trips.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think I would get along with
I
this
really
cat.
do. The more I'm explaining him, I'm starting to think. He gave a TEDx talk in Boulder, Colorado in August 2010. I listened to it, and I tried really hard to understand it, but he lost me really early on.
He lost you at the T in TED Talk?
Yeah, he was like, thank you for coming. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's going on here?
And then I just like dozed off.
I'm going to take a nap. Go on.
It was really, I'm sure it's brilliant. But
I'm resting my eyes.
It was way above my pay grade. So, remember how the Johnson Space Center was all about people being adventurous and like interesting instead of just focusing on giant science brain?
Yeah.
After the whole Thad thing, they added an ethics education to the training.
Ethics education?
And then they also like seriously tightened security.
Yeah, I imagine they bought a couple cameras.
They were a little loosey-goosey back then. Yeah. So I'll end with this. When asked why he orchestrated the heist, Thad said, quote, I mean, the simple answer is to say that I did it for love. I did it because I wanted to be loved. I wanted someone to know that I'd literally cared about them that much, and to have the symbol there to remind them of it. In my own head, stealing something wasn't the way I looked at it. We weren't going to take this money we're going to get from it to go buy yachts or a lot of cars or a big house. We were going to live just the small kind of lifestyle we were, but fund science that might change the world, you know?
It's like, look, I was a married man who went to a NASA space program. I fell in love with a girl, and then I decided I was just going to blow up my life for her because, like, why not? You know?
Why not? Well, like the FBI didn't get with the whole "I did it for love" thing.
Yeah, well, he loved Thad Roberts. I mean, he was.
That's who he really loves. So, an FBI investigator
also,
named.
I like that he's like, I see love bombing as a good thing. Like, I'm kind of.
Well, he had only known Tiffany for less than a month.
Yes, that's
when
what I'm
this
guessing.
all started.
It kind of fits the pattern of what I'm learning love bombing is. Like, this is like to the T.
Yeah, and I think too,
like messing around on moon rocks is like, that's pretty much, you know.
But also don't forget, like maybe he had kind of a warped sense of like relationships and sex based on like how he was brought up.
With the Mormons. Also, he has the whole thing about, you know, he's been told that being truthful about sex will ruin your life.
Right, so
he has that in the back of his head.
Swing,
so he's going to be a little bit of
direction.
a rogue bad boy on this.
So that there's this FBI investigator, Nick Nance, and he said, quote,
Nick Nance?
Nick Nance. Nick Nance. My impressions of Thad are that, you know, he was a very bright, motivated student. One of his goals was to be an astronaut. And I think that he had his foot in the door with NASA, was well on his way to reaching that goal. And then this one greedy event, he threw his whole life away in one fell swoop. So greed or love, why not both?
Yeah.
And I think you're right that he loves that.
Yeah, clearly. And he wanted to impress her. So he did this insane gesture trying to make himself memorable. She would, like, it was like nothing will peak this. No guy can do more than this. So you will always remember me. That's not about her.
Well, and it's almost like he has this huge dream, and when he gets really close to it, he lets go of all the things that help him get there.
Yes.
Like being in service of others. And Katie don't forget, she's financially supporting him.
Yes.
So she's working. He's getting to play astronaut.
He's trophy husband.
Yeah. And then
he's out there.
Disregards her, takes up, and then also, takes up with Tiffany, and then poor Tiffany and Shay. Everybody. Poor everybody. Except for Axel.
Yeah, well, Axel is just an internet cop. He's just out there going, yes, I'm going to solve the crimes.
He's
protects the moon rocks.
So, Zaron, can I ask, what's your ridiculous takeaway here? What's the moral of the story?
Next time I go to a motel, I'm just going to tell myself, who knows? Maybe somebody could have been dusting some moon rocks here.
You're going to bring a jar of dirt from Manteca, California, and go to Paris.
Everyone have sex on Manteca?
All right, that's enough for today.
What's your ridiculous takeaway, Elizabeth?
My ridiculous takeaway is I feel bad for any housekeeper that has to clean up your hotel rooms.
I leave tips.
That's it. You can find us online at Ridiculous Crime on both Twitter and Instagram. Email us if you want at ridiculouscrime@gmail.com. And other than that, tune in next time. Ridiculous Crime is hosted by Elizabeth Dutton and Zaron Burnett. Produced and edited by International Space Station mechanic Dave Kustin. We have a problem. Research is by undercover Pennsylvania relative Andrea Song Charpentier. The theme song is by Thomas Boys Go to Jupiter Lee and Travis Something Something Stupider Dutton. Executive producers are NASA's secret alien underground vault managers Ben Bolin and Noel Brown.
Ridiculous crime.
Say it one more time.
Ridiculous crime.
Ridiculous Crime is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.